Are you ready? I said, are you ready for Let's Talk Whoa Hockey? And now, here are our hosts, Beth and Zach.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of Let's Talk World Hockey. I am Beth, your host, joined, as always, by my dude, Zach. Look at this. Season 2 is the season where I point in the right direction. As always, we are brought to you by In the Clutch Apparel and Level Up Snacks. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. You know, it's Sunday. The weather's been actually pretty decent today. And, we're recording on Sunday right before the Bears Sunday night game. So...
Da Bears.
So hopefully, they get another win. It's against the Packers, so hopefully get to shut up some cheeseheads tonight. So, but I guess we'll see. I mean, either way, it is what it is. But I know your Jaguars won today.
Woo!
Yeah.
What a day it was today. Like, this is the first season I've dedicated time to watching football, and I watched the whole game, and I was very impressed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because I know you're also a Bears fan, but you also got the Jags because you live there. So I got the Bears. So
I am my father's daughter, so if I'm not a Hawks, Cubs, and Bears fan, then I would most likely be disowned and not get all of the really cool hockey things that he has.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then, of course, I still got to figure out my AFC team because we don't talk about the other one.
No, we don't.
That it used to be, but it might be. You know what? It might be Jacksonville because I did used to live there too. I went to high school and stuff, so. I almost went to college if I didn't move away. So I don't know. And we might have another team connect. We got the Whale,
the Hawks.
The Hawks, the Bears. So why not the Jags?
Why not just wrap it all up together and just add another one in the bunch?
Right. Why not? But how are you doing though, Beth?
I'm doing good. I mean, it wasn't a great weather day. It's rained all weekend. I apologize for any lawn mowing noise you may hear because this is the first time all weekend they've been able to come out and mow my grass because it has been raining. All
there you go.
So I've been good. I got my Ted Lasso Believe shirt on because today we are going to believe in my internet.
Yeah, last week was
it was tough.
Yeah, it's basically like all the horror movies combined into just bad sound quality. And you're just like, what am I watching? What am I listening to? It's like basically you're trying to force something into a VCR and it just wasn't gonna go for you.
It wasn't great, but what is great is we have somebody to talk to today. So you ready?
I mean, why not?
Why not? Joining us, we have Phil Eichinger. He is actually working on a documentary about hockey right now, and he is a part of the Biscuit Theater Company. Is that right? Because I don't have it in front of me. I did not write it down.
Yeah, the Biscuit Theater. You are right.
Yes. Perfect.
One for one.
Perfect. 2 for 2 because I got your name right.
You got me.
So.
Okay.
There you go.
Look it up.
Exactly. How are you doing today?
What's up? I'm awesome. I'm glad. I've been waiting for this. I remember we scheduled this quite a while ago. 9/18 is you guys are back. I'm like, all right, let's do it, guys. So I'm pumped, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
it would have been sooner, but somebody had to move and do that, and then not great things happened after that. There was flooding, so he's actually in a hotel right now. He's not even in the house he moved into not even a month ago.
It's been going on. We're going into week 3 at the hotel. So yeah,
wow,
it's been a time. Been a time. Yeah,
moved in, and then that Friday, had to move into a hotel.
Oh no, it's move in. AC goes out that Friday. The next day after we moved in, then the week after that, the washing machine decides to flood the house. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
First 2 weeks of home ownership, and now this entire month is gone to. Hey, we need your mortgage payment. You've been in your house for a month, and it's like, can I get a freebie?
Yeah.
If I haven't lived there for a month, can I just get a free pass?
Like a pass go. We pass go. We made it. Can we just get $200?
Can we just get a rain check on this month? I mean, we don't technically even live there right now, so can we just get a.
Can you just knock a month off my payments for me and just act like it's all right?
If only that was the way the world works. So no, for our listeners because I've been to your website. I'm pretty sure Zach went to your website, but our listeners have not yet visited because it'll be in the description on the show notes.
Yeah,
but that's probably not the first place they're going to go. So introduce us to your life of hockey.
Sure. Well, Phil Eichinger, right? And I played hockey kind of my whole life, from 80. I'm 47, so I started playing at about 10. Actually, I was a late bloomer for hockey. And as soon as we moved to New Jersey is where I started my ice hockey career. And I went all the way through high school to college, free agent camps. And then I ended up catching on to a semi-pro league. And that was in 2003. Had a quick stint in a gong show of a league based out in Ohio, Michigan, Canada, West Virginia. It was a gong show, guys. Then after that, I kind of put hockey to rest a little bit because I wasn't sure I wanted to dive deep into a shitty league again, because a lot of minor league hockey, it's just a guy with money who wants to start a league. And a lot of them back then were, they weren't affiliated. You're not affiliated with an NHL team or even like an East Coast team. So it's just guys, like I said, just have money and want to start a league. Yeah. And that's what they were. And I had a tryout lined up in 2005, another one like out somewhere in like Mississauga, Canada. And I did it. Probably would have caught on to that league. And, I was like, you know what? I knew I had an acting class lined up. And this was well after I graduated college. It was kind of like just something fun to do. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this class and put hockey away. And I did that. And I put hockey away for quite a while, other than training for alumni games, when they would come back around every year. I'd take a week and go skate and get myself prepped. Fast forward to this past September, where I have a 6-year-old daughter now who's just starting her hockey journey. And I was like, all right, it's time for me to dust everything off, because why am I going to make her go play and not kind of care about my ability? So the start of 2022, I was like, full in hockey mode again. I mean, it's funny. I just celebrated my 50th time on the ice like this week again. And that's a lot. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I played that much hockey in so little time. And that's kind of how the Biscuit Theater, it's just me. The account was an adult hockey league that I was a part of. And that kind of folded. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this account? I have a teammate who lives in Florida, West Palm Beach, I played college with, and he's a part of these guys called the Breakfast Club. And they just get together, I don't know, 5 days a week. They got jerseys, and they're all very high-level players, and they call themselves the Breakfast Club, and they just skate and do drills and have fun. I'm like, what if I just do that, but by myself? And that's kind of what it is. I kind of combined acting and hockey with the name, the Biscuit Theater. Yeah. And it's just me out there doing drills. And then that built into this idea of me really going in even deeper and like, let's have an end game to my hockey and create this documentary at age 47 to see if I could go try out a 10 free agent camps and combine it with the story of like my daughter's journey. And that's kind of what I'm in right now. The kind of the tail end of actual production of this documentary.
Okay. That's exciting. Now I know you said
a lot. I really
it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's good,
because now we could just like take the little bits and pieces and go from there. So I know you said your daughter's just starting her hockey journey. What got her into the game?
Well, I think I put her on ice hockey skates. We went right away hockey skates. We put her on hockey skates as soon as she turned 3. And we were just out there, just doing laps at public skating. And you couldn't play hockey yet. And now that when she turned 5, we have all these, it was like learn to skate with the Devils, learn to skate with the Rangers because we're nearby. So we did that up until just last weekend. She's kind of technically in her first tryouts for like 8 and under. I mean, everybody's going to make the team. Right. And it was me just kind of like, I would love to just see, and because girls hockey and women's hockey is getting so big, there's such awesome opportunities out there that I want her to see that. And I think me playing again, it just shows, if I was just in the backdrop, good job, great, but I'm not playing, but I am. She got to see me play at one of these free agent camps that was huge too. So I think all that puts a perspective of why and kind of just why she's playing and kind of why I want her to. And because she likes it. She's enjoying it. Yeah. And it's fun to watch how boys and girls that young are on the ice, and they're completely different. And it's an adjustment for me because I grew up, there was no girls playing. There was nobody on my team. So just to see the dynamic of boys under 8 and girls under 8 on the ice, it's so different.
Yeah. I have a friend who she coaches youth hockey here in Jacksonville. And she's like, they're actually working on next season having like a full all girls travel team.
Yes.
And because they have the numbers for it. And she was like, but it's really fun. Like 12U is really the age where you kind of have to separate. If you're going to do boys and girls, like that's kind of where the separation happens.
Okay.
Because that's where like under 12, usually the girls are faster than the boys. They pick up on kind of the skills of the game.
Yes.
A little sooner.
A little timid, I see as well. Mm-hmm. Very concentrated on what's the drill. Okay. I'm going to turn right on. I'm going to turn right on the lines.
Yes. So the dots are on the ice. I will cut my C around the dot, and like they don't go past the dot. No. They do exactly what they're supposed to.
I love it. I love it.
Above that is, that's where like checking is introduced into the game.
Yeah.
And it just kind of becomes a bit of a different monster. But like they're about to have an all girls travel team in Florida.
It's amazing.
So the women's game is growing, but you're in Jersey. So did she go to the New Jersey Devils, learn to skate at American Dream?
What's American Dream?
It's a mall.
Oh, no. We did that. Right. Okay. I'm pointing like where I'm pointing. Hey, right over there, guys.
Right over there.
No, it's like 11 miles from here. We are very fortunate that where I live in Rahway, New Jersey, we have 4 rinks within about 13 miles. So nice. I skated one, and then my daughters, and we'll end up skating at the 2 that are extremely close at Woodbridge. So she'll be a part of the Woodbridge Wolf Pack. And that's where the Devils, they did a little, they did a little learn to skate there.
The main reason I asked, the Metropolitan Riveters, they actually just signed a 3-year deal to play their games at American Dream. The ice rink is actually in the middle of the mall, and you can watch the game from all 3 levels.
I can't wait. That's going to be great. Yeah.
But the Devils, there was a thing on there about how they were hosting a learn to skate program. So I wasn't sure if that's where she learned, because that would have been like a really cool connection.
That would have been awesome, but no, she didn't. No, sorry.
Yeah, but no, it's okay. But it's really exciting. It's going to seat like 2,000 people. They're like the 2nd and 3rd level seating. It's like a bubble that like hangs off.
Okay.
Like the normal, so it like juts out, so you almost get like a closer view of the ice. But it's really cool. It's a really great time to grow the game, because like not only do they have like a dedicated home ice, they've got their own locker room.
That's
they've
phenomenal.
got gym facilities, the whole 9 yards. They don't have to cart equipment back and forth anymore. And it's an opportunity for people who don't know the game to see, like, they're going to see and hear hockey sounds. And they're going to be like, what's that? Because when you see and hear like people yelling and screaming and like big, loud, banging noises, you want to see what's happening. So it's just going to introduce the game to so many people. People are like, they're playing in a mall. I'm like, you obviously don't know your history. The Hartford Whalers also played in a mall.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
this is hockey tradition. We play in malls. Okay.
Yeah. Very Whalers vibes here with playing in malls.
It would be more perfect if it was the Connecticut Whale playing in a mall, but they are not playing in a mall.
That would be something.
But it's nice to see the women's game growing, even at the younger levels. I didn't learn how to skate on figure skates. I threw like a temper tantrum at like 2-3 years old when I learned to skate. They brought them out. My dad worked at the Washington Capitals practice facility, and I wanted to skate. I was like determined to be on the ice. And they brought me out like these tiny figure skates, and I sat down and I was like, no, I want those. And like pointing to like the player skates, I was like, I want those. So then they brought me like itty bitty hockey skates, and I learned to skate, and I pretty much have done so the rest of my life. I actually just got new skates a couple months ago when I was in Tampa. So it was, I went down there for the PHF playoffs because they did the whole weekend in Tampa.
Okay.
And it's like a single elimination tournament. The bracket gets really confusing.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out the bracket. We were like, we're just gonna let it play out. Like,
here goes to here, and here went over here. The losers go here.
It was one of those jumpers where you're like, how the hell does this happen?
Like,
yeah.
So it's really exciting, and I mean, to want to start playing again so that your daughter can experience you playing, and get that. I know that was something. I mean, he's a controversial figure in hockey, but Sean Avery tried to do the same thing. And because he wanted his son to see him play hockey. Granted, it didn't go very far. I don't think he even dressed a game with the Orlando Solar Bears. No, they sold a whole lot of jerseys, whole lot of jerseys. And he was like, I can't do this, guys. I'm out.
Yeah, he wasn't ready, I heard. Like, he was just out of shape. He couldn't keep up, or I think that was the bottom line.
He smokes like 2 packs a day, it seems like. So,
I mean, he has to use something for the mouth that he uses for instead of all that talking. Just
so, but I mean, it's amazing to see players decide to lace him back up, even if it's just like going to PTO camps or playing in an adult league.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of what I just like having. It's fun just having her ask the question, oh, how'd hockey go today? You know, even if it's just me out on the ice, you know, as you notice, I'll do clips and videos and, you know, here, check out this one. Oh, look, I beat my fastest lap, and she's all, you know, excited about it. So it's just fun the way I'm pushing myself, and I can share that. You know, we share so much together, her and I, like even acting we share now. So there's a lot of dynamics that we have together, and it's pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so the documentary, is it just kind of like following your whole journey, or is it like going to the camps, or?
Yeah. So it was just kind of like, let's a what if one, why not kind of thing. Like, I'm 47. I haven't played in a long time. Let me see if I can handle myself, and whatever happens, happens. It's technically not really about hockey, because I want more people to relate to it. It's got to be relatable. It can't be just people, I love hockey, I'm going to watch it. It's not. It's just about a story of whatever.
That would be us. We would be like, oh, a new hockey documentary. Hey, Zach, I'm watching this at 7.
You will have that, and that's okay.
Like, let's hit play at the same time, and then we can text while we watch it, and then talk about it.
But I think it will also be relatable because I'm an actor first, you know, and this is a mesh of both worlds that I haven't really done, other than, like, you know, booking commercials with, like, as a really good hockey player for stuff. But this is a unique situation that just kind of came to me as I was talking about. And it's just it's a story of, like, you can put it in any title or any background of just following this journey of what people think of this journey, knowing that I'm going to be on the ice with people 20 years younger than me, or, 18 years younger than me. I mean, I attended, you know, I don't want to give too much, because we're like just starting kind of post-production on it. You know, we had a good solid bunch of days of filming out in location. But yeah, I mean, there were people out on the ice 19 years old, and I am happy to say that the words I got, the interviews that we got from, say, owners and or other players, are like, this guy is in incredible shape. And I'm like, you bet your ass I'm in incredible shape. Not because it's not because I wanted to, it's because I usually am in awesome shape off the ice. But then I had to really get that back at a different age, and try and incorporate how I want to be playing now than how I used to play. So I incorporated lots of yoga, lot more functional workouts, where it all freaking paid off.
Yeah.
So my on ice is just like, I say to everybody, you know, my wife, that I'm in the best shape. I played the best hockey at one of the camps that I attended. I was like, and that is enough. You know, whether I got signed or looking for a 1-day contract, to really button the story. We have a story. We just got to really work with the footage between myself and my daughter's journey. We have this unique story of a great documentary that's just extremely uplifting. I had my dad come along during a weekend, because he was a part of my hockey my whole life. Made all the road trips, took me everywhere. So I just thought it'd be a great juxtaposition to have him attend a free agent camp, which he actually never did, because I would just go to those by myself back in the day. So just to have him, and then have the director and cinematographer that I hired with us, it was just three of us for one solid weekend, and it was just beautiful, man. It was just so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it really is, because you see stories like it all the time, like parents doing anything for their kids. And so at the end of the day, like you're just a dad who wants to help foster this love of something that you love in your child. And I mean, she already had the interest.
Yes.
So like, why not grow with her? And I mean, now you can like be your hockey coach when she makes a team.
Maybe like, down the line.
Maybe down the line. I mean,
I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do it too young. Maybe down the line.
A little bit older. I mean, you could like really throw like a wrench in there and like coach the rival team or something crazy.
What a whole new documentary that would be.
I know, right?
Go get her.
Get her. That's your kid. Get her.
That's awesome. That's just that. That's how I feel. You really hit it there. It's kind of just. It was like I said, and when being an actor, when I'm not working, I don't look to create a project. They come to me. So this was completely different than other things I've done. I've never done a documentary. I've done animation, short films that I'm just in it by myself. But this is just a chance to bring hockey and acting together and create. Not that I'm acting in it. I don't mean that. I just meant the production side and understanding what to do and how you got to get some funding, which I have a huge support group that people have funded projects in the past, and just people, neighbors and friends like, no, you're a fucking good hockey player. I'm going to give you $400 to make this film. And, people were just, so I was able to go to a free agent camp, no cost to me. I was able to, everything, room and board for my father and my director, and it was all expenses paid. And so those things like that, I take it, and thank you guys. It's huge support. Well, we look forward to it. I'm like, it's going to take a long time. Post-production is going to be very long, especially for a documentary where we're really trying to piece a story together. It's not a scripted film.
You can't just put like A next to B and
no, we got to figure out this sweet, and I'm not narcissist. No narcissism in this film. I'm not doing it because, hey, everybody look at me. It was. I think the time was right about what I was doing, and I wanted to have that quote unquote end game in a way for it. Not that I'm going to stop playing, but just to have a beautiful project. Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm gonna be real generous here. In like 25 years, when your daughter has like kids. Like this could be something that she shows to her kids. Like look what grandpa did, and look 47. What I did.
Like when I was shaved, people were like, how old are you? Because I'm gray, you could see gray, but I made sure I was shaven for all these like cams. Because even like maybe a hat and slick back, and you can't, this guy 32. Yeah, right. I'm like 19 years older than these kids.
I could be your dad. Like
I mean, I have some of these kids, and I say kids, free agent camps changed. Let me tell you that, from when I was doing it in the late 90s to early 2000s to today. People back then had more of an edge. They were angry. The people playing in the locker room, everybody was like, I use the word adorable. Like, these kids were so adorable. There was one kid who came in. He's like, yep, I just got my first girlfriend. And I was like, oh, this is adorable. I wish we had that on like we were recording.
Where were you?
Cameraman, he didn't come in the locker room too much. We needed permission for that, but we did have carte blanche for anything that weekend. But there were just some cute little stories. I'm like, where was this? I think obviously I have changed in 20 years playing. I had no weight on my shoulders. I was just doing it to do it, whatever the outcome was. Let's get a great story. And I had a mic on my shoulder pads. I probably looked like a flying UFO before anybody was like, no, what the hell is this guy doing out there? I had a blinking light underneath my jersey. I can imagine what they were thinking, because we didn't bring it to everybody's attention right away, just the people that were running the team. But some of the players...
Does this old guy have like a pacemaker? Like, is he gonna be okay? Why is he blinking?
Maybe he shouldn't be here. No, guys, you wait. I'll be skating laps around you, and I did. So we're good.
That's awesome. And I mean, when you decided to do this, I know you said you kind of dusted everything off.
Yeah.
First time on the ice, full equipment. Like, what kind of experience was that?
The first time on the ice, was right. I think it was right after Christmas or the New Year, because I know I told you the turn of the New Year. I was just kind of being like, mathematically easy, but I believe it might have been like the week after Christmas. Was all right. I know I'm signed up for this adult league, and I use the word adult league now. Not many people do, because we had a phenomenal woman on our team. She played pro in Germany. So that's why we use the word adult league now.
Yeah.
No, it's not men's league anymore, but people are still stuck saying men's league. No, it's adult league. Yeah. And I was on this team, and I'm like, I knew I was gonna kind of dust it right off and get out there. One game, I'm like, guys, I've been on the ice twice, but that first time I go to a rink, one of the rinks, and I have the ice, as you can see, if you watch some of the biscuit stuff, it's just me out there sometimes. There's no one during these mornings. And I'm fortunate enough. I have a very supportive wife, and my daughter goes to first grade. So there's mornings what can I do? All right, I'm going to go skate. And 98% of the time I'm on one end, and there's either nobody or a coach coaching a couple kids down at the other end. So it's like so lucky the ice time that I am able. Yeah. And I think that was a big part of why I knew I could make this, because the training aspect. If I was just playing open hockey and adults league, no, because I made my training purposeful for what I wanted to show on the ice and just the drills I was able to do. But yeah, dusting off was pretty rough. The hands was always the first thing to go for me. And it took a while to get them. Like I'm saying right now, I'm prime, and that's 50 times. I am better than I ever was. And that's crazy to say. I played semi-pro, but I'm better than I ever was right now at 47.
Yeah.
It's I'm like Yager, but a C-list Yager.
You're aging like wine instead of like milk.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, grazie.
And so, I mean, first time on the ice, obviously hands are rough.
Oh, rough for a long time.
I imagine equipment maybe felt a little heavy.
Yeah.
Because anybody who's ever worn hockey equipment, like it does have not a lot of weight to it, but
cumbersome.
Yeah, it's awkward. Like the shoulder pads are awkward. The elbow pads, like you can't fully extend your arms.
No, you bring that. Your A is going to my B. Let me piggyback of exactly what you're saying. So my daughter, obviously at 5, never wore hockey equipment. So I'm a dad. I make a lot of stuff fun. So we got all our equipment, about 2 weeks before she hit the ice. For about a week, we just spent time throwing all our equipment on, running around the house, and just bumping into each other, just so she feels what it's like. So she's not on the ice for the first time. It would have been miserable. But we had a full week of just putting all this stuff on like we're in a locker room. And I did it too. I got to be a part of this, and let's do it. And that was technically that's the first time I put my equipment back on in probably a couple of years. I didn't even get a chance to put my skates on. But what you saying that was let's get used to this, because we know our daughter, and she's very particular, and we got to get her used to stuff. And then the helmet. You gotta
pick the pregame routine. Am I going to put shin pads on, right to left or left to right? Or am I going to dress right side and then left side? We all know hockey players are a little weird. It's fine.
Yeah. Just don't ever do skates first, because that is, don't ever do skates first unless you want to shred your equipment. I know guys who used to do that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
The back of their pants are split in half from where their skate blades have cut the back of their pants.
Yeah. Don't ever be that guy that puts skates first and then pants, because you're just asking for a rough time.
No, you should.
You really are.
I'm bringing my daughter hockey up. Just the kind of way the way I look on the ice, everything is so symmetrical, linear, clean lines. Nothing's sloppy on me. Everything is crisp. My visor is always clean. My tape is always clean. My socks, if there's a hole, I'll put it to the back and I tape in the same way. It's just very, I don't like dirty stuff. It's very clean.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I'm teaching her to dress, a rip a tape here and all right, here's this and your helmet. Yeah. It's fun. It's just funny.
Are you one of those guys that retapes his stick before every game, or is it just it's good for a little while?
No, I'll piggyback off you too. I was fortunate for the documentary. I got a hockey tape sponsor. So they tossed me a bunch of tape, and I asked, hey, give me tape. I'll give out in the locker room to some of the guys. And they're like, Yeah. Passing on your name, passing on that. We're just not a guy looking for anything. Just we're humble. Here, get some tape. And they were like, wow, this is amazing. But yes, even in college, it was at home. I did all my stuff at home. So we're in a locker room. It's just open up my stuff and set it up. Even now, it's the same way. My taping of my stick is differently because sticks are different. I was playing with wood.
Yeah.
But
the Titan wood sticks back in the day.
Gosh.
Sherwood sticks when they were actually made of wood.
Yeah, 50-30. Sherwood 50-30 was my stick. And then they made a composite. I didn't like it too much. So now I'm using like a pro blackout stick. I don't even know whose I'm using, but I like it. I like that there's no like name or label on it. But yes, it was before every game. I did the same kind of like when I wore the iTech, I would clean that. The way I put my clothes folded in a bag in my bag. Meal was here, but it was like show up really early, taping. I did everything at home. I was a home guy and just show up and lay it out.
Come in, stick ready to go. Like everything's in the bag where it needs to be. I mean, like talking about like, getting her used to the equipment. When I was a kid, back before you baked ice skates to like be custom molded to your feet, I used to walk around the house wearing my skates with skate covers on.
Yep.
And then I would sleep in my skates with hockey skates tied on the bottom. And then you just tape the top around your like mid calf.
Phenomenal.
And then you sleep in them because when you sleep, you get warm. And then the skates like fit you better and they don't hurt your feet as much. Like that was just what we did. It was normal in my house to like rollerblade around the house to break in your rollerblades and to walk around your house in ice skates. Like that was normal because you didn't have the technology we have now where you sit down for 5 minutes and they're like, all right, your skates are custom molded to your feet. Have a good day. Like that wasn't a thing.
No, my home right now is all hardwood floors. So what we did, it was during Christmas time. We have a bunch of like Christmas carpets that you put at each doorway. So I would just set them up like in a strip.
Yes.
And when she got her with a new pair, you're ready for new skates. So we would just walk up and down. Let's do some air squats or let's do some crawl. And that was it. Just to get like I was telling you earlier, just to get the feeling of them. So we're not throwing on a skate for your first time out there. Yeah. But it's just how I work too. I was like, everything was like, when you had to mold your mouthpieces and I had to that was something new too. I haven't worn a mouth guard in ages, but I was fortunate enough again, Monkey Sports, the manager there hooked me up with some really good discounts and things. And I got a mouth guard. I'm like, gosh, what's a good mouth guard? I got to sit home and put it in my mouth and suck back. I'm like, worst. And I was like, this is amazing. It's like I'm doing all these like a kid again. And I was loving it.
Because you have all these new things. I mean, my favorite, like nowadays, like NHL players, it looks like they're wearing Invisalign for like mouth guards. I'm like, how does that protect your mouth? How?
It does. I don't know.
And they're chewing on it 97% of the time. Like it's not even in their mouth. It's like hanging out the corner, snack.
I don't know what, like a jerky. It looks like a clear jerky.
That's not the intent it was used for, sir. That's not what we made you wear these.
Like. And you wonder why you're missing 47 teeth. Like you have none. Like this is why. So I know you said everything's in post-production now. Yeah. So do you have kind of like a timeline of when?
For me, I don't want to push the two people I have working on it because they're both professionals like myself. And it'd be lovely. It'd be lovely to have a rough cut by the end of the year. And we're in the world, so you guys understand a little bit, in the world of like filmmaking and say documentary. A documentary film, when you call it a feature, I believe it's over either 46 or 56 minutes. That would be in the feature film category. A short film, anything under. I would love a feature, even if it's like a minute over. But, I have to go with my editor and my director and like, no, man, it's just going to be, why are we watching this guy this long? I don't want it to get like that. I want it to, like I said, I want it to be relatable. So to have a rough cut, and that's without like sound being done and music and such, maybe the end of the year, but hopefully by next year, have a final project that I could begin to submit to like the festival world. And with you don't want to have too many high expectations because I did that for one of my films and I was a little discouraged because it was technically not there, but there was nothing we can do about it. It was a film that, you know, I won a lot of Best Actor and Best Writing awards for it. So it held its own for that. And why we didn't make the next step is because there was like a few where you wouldn't notice it, but me seeing it and big people that run festivals. Nope. So we got to make sure. I want to make sure, because every film I do, I want to make progress. So that's the goal with this one, being a documentary, being, you know, putting myself out there in a whole different genre, because you're going to see me as me, not as what I can do as an actor. It's just me as a person and with a family. And so let's say rough this end of this year, and hopefully a final maybe in January. We're just saying. I'm just giving you an answer. Yeah,
who knows? Rough estimate. I mean,
because we're almost in October. Yeah, that's attainable for something. Say 35 to 40 minutes. I think.
Right.
No, for sure. I mean, I know. I told Zach about the documentary, and we were both really excited to like eventually see it.
No, all this I plan on getting you guys involved, and we could do this again when the release to get. It's like
we can premiere your trailer for you if you'd like. I mean, we would be happy to do that.
We're building a relationship here, guys. This is we're part of each other's journey now. So this is my pre or during, and then I would love to do you go on late show with somebody. They're promoting a movie, and then they're coming back for something else. So this would be awesome. So I'd love it.
I know we are both very excited to see it. I know you share your journey on Instagram mostly is where I've seen it.
I do, yeah.
So where can everyone find like your Instagram for Biscuit Theater?
Yeah, so I have two. I have at Phil Eichinger is my kind of acting profession one, and then at the Biscuit Theater is just strictly hockey. You'll get like fun throwback Thursdays. You'll get, it's all scheduled, and there's a reason. Like Tuesdays and Fridays are my clips. Mondays either like something new happening. Wednesday is like things that I draw, because I have a fine arts degree. That's kind of what I went to college for. So I draw a lot. I build a lot. So what I built with hockey sticks, what I draw. Thursdays throwback. So that's the Biscuit Theater, and then PhilEichinger.com is all about my work, and the documentary stuff is on there. So it's pretty much my actor site and projects that I'm working on, past projects, other films that I've produced, and then my legit stuff like my TV work that I've done. Commercials, everything. Yeah.
Very cool. So I'm assuming website, social media, that's kind of going to be where we find out officially when things are happening.
Yeah, but we can easily I'll you guys are easy. I'll just shoot, hey guys, something's coming up, or so when something, like if I have a fun trailer or teaser that I feel like it's ready, I'll pop them on both of my socials, because like I said, it's a mesh of it's both worlds coming together for this one. So it's like, all right, double duty, but I find time to do that. I'm not some guy that sits here obsessed and like doing it. No, there's time and a place for all that. And I don't post to not just to post. There's reasons for things, and to get my network growing and to get more supporters. And that's how I found you guys. That's how I found sponsors. So it works. This stuff works. I mean, it was the support has been awesome. So I'm happy to be here. It's been great. I'm glad we got this going, guys.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's really exciting. We're excited that there's another little girl like starting her hockey journey. 15 years. We hope to see her like drafted into the PHF.
That would be great.
Maybe that would be amazing. We could be her first like official interview. I mean, Zach, I'm planning out our lives for 15 years from now. So you're welcome.
I mean, hey, as long as we're getting paid to do this, that's fine.
Right. You'll still be in a hotel room, Zach. So you'll change the painting every month behind you. You'll change that so it looks like you're somewhere different.
No thanks.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh no, Zach has moved. Oh wait, nope, Zach's just in another room in the same hotel. They just got a different painting. So we will definitely drop all your socials in the show notes and make sure that everyone knows where to find you. Following your journey has been really exciting because again, we planned this like 6 weeks or so ago, and every time your story pops up, I'm like, oh, look, I watched your one where you're like, I just beat my fastest lap.
Oh, and I killed it. I just did it again the other day. And I'm telling you, I'm like 47. I'm not an NHL, but I'll tell you guys, I just did it in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And what did Jordan Kadri do? What did he do it in? Not Kadri, Kairu. 13.2 something, 13.6.
It was
13, like 13.4, 13.5.
I just did it in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I just beat my time 2 weeks ago in 2 seconds, and I know I can get a little bit under that, and then that's probably it. But for a guy who's just doing this out there training it for 15 seconds is, shh, don't tell anybody. But that's a 15-second post. That's crazy.
That's like one Instagram story clip, and you did it.
Somebody should, it is.
You did it.
That's how you should beat it now. I gotta beat let's see who you can
I gotta beat the story timer. Like, I'm gonna hit start and go, and I need to be back here before the circle finishes again.
That deserves a 1-day contract right there. Just earning a contract from a speed lap.
Exactly.
It was so awesome because it's great editing though. It's because I'm like watching myself. As soon as my leg moves, I click it, and then as soon as I cross the line, I stop it, and I'm like, oh shit, 15.1. I'm like, I did it. I beat it by a second and a half. It just keeps shaving off. But that stuff is fun. I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't, this is open hockey. So I have the ice. I'm like, let's just do fun stuff. And you could see I find all this stuff on the benches and I just throw it out there and I just create them on the spot. And I'm just like, excuse me, let me do this. I'll just throw some tires in the net, bounce it off and shoot it through the 5-hole. Just having fun.
There's always random stuff at hockey rinks, so you can always find something to make it a little more interesting. But
it's entertaining, definitely.
For sure, it has been fun to watch your journey. I can't wait to watch the documentary because you can ask Zach if it has hockey involved.
It sure will.
I have watched it at least once. I give him crap all the time because he's never seen Goon.
I've seen it once. I don't remember too much. I know I've seen it once, so I kind of remember the gist.
He's never seen it.
Okay.
And so every time, like, he'll ask me if I've done something. I'm like, have you watched Goon yet?
Oh, how about you got the Probert one? Do you watch that one? That one's a great one.
Oh, that one's so great.
Watch that one.
The
Ice Guardians.
Ice Guardians. Oh, yeah, of course.
Ice Guardians was one of my favorites. My dad worked for the Hampton Roads and Norfolk Admirals.
Oh, okay.
And several, of the players in Ice Guardians played in Norfolk. So, Mitch Fritz played there. Great dude. I legitimately lost my voice one night because of, his antics on the ice. It took 3 days to get my voice back. And I mean, several of the players in that documentary played in Norfolk. So there was a lot more of a person. I hit play and I was like,
boom, boom. Yeah, what a connection. That's a connection. Immediate connection.
I know him.
That's a great, that's what a connection you have to that. See that?
Yeah.
You're someone that, hockey, yes, but you have it because through your father, and that's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I according to my dad, I watched my first hockey game end to end when I was 6 months old. Yeah.
Wow.
It was like youth hockey because he was coaching a youth hockey team. And I watched the entire game. I have never not loved hockey. It has always been a part of my life. I've gotten to have some amazing experiences because of it. I got to go to the Winter Classic in 2015 with my mom. I got team credentials to go to the Phf Playoffs last year. I have been a mascot. I was a mascot one game because somebody was sick. So
for what team was that?
For the Admirals, they had pre-game. They had there was a restaurant called Max and Irma's that used to be in Virginia, and they had a male and female stereotypical Italian kind of grandma grandpa situation. And the girl who was supposed to be in the Irma costume didn't show up, and my dad was like, "Here you go, kid." And so pre-game, I'm like, "This is disgusting." And then they're like, but good news, you don't have to go out and walk on the ice. I'm like, but I'm good at that. What do you mean I don't have to? They're like, no, you ride on the golf cart. I'm like, well, I don't want to. So I've gotten to do that. I mean, I've grown up with this game. It is a part of me.
Good.
Both literally and also physically a part of me.
Blood, sweat, and tears going to hockey.
All of them. I mean, some of my best memories involve hockey.
Sorry, what was the 2015 Classic? Who was
that was the Capitals and the Blackhawks.
Got it. Okay.
So I was right on the third baseline. I made because my mom and I went together, and I made her go extra early because she lives in Maryland, and I was like, Mom, we have to be in the doors as soon as they open. And because I knew like Winter Classic, like they do everything out on the field. There's no like pregame warm up in a tunnel in an arena. Yeah. It's all out on the field. So like we got there, I went and saw our seats, which looked way cooler than they did like on the website with the like, this is your view from your seats. Yeah. I got there and I was like, oh. And like the two little tiny Zambonis were hanging out, and half of the Blackhawks were like standing in front of the dugout playing 2-touch. And so like on my Facebook, there's just a whole bunch of pictures of like Andrew Shaw and Brian Bickle and like out there playing 2-touch. And I mean, my dad FaceTimed me a couple of years ago at a Blackhawks game with Brian Bickle on the phone. He was like, Bix wants to say hi because he played in Norfolk. He knows my dad. My dad was the announcer. Like they all know him. If you sat in the penalty box, you know my dad. And I mean, Craig Anderson called my dad Beth's dad instead of like Don, because that's how they all knew me. And so, I mean, I've had a lot of experiences because of this game that wouldn't exist if it wasn't for my dad.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's basically all my core memories. Like all of my core memories in my childhood involve hockey, like every single one of them.
We're lacking depth. Yes. I skated with Taze in a commercial, Jonathan Taze.
Oh, Taser. Yeah, I mean, man. My favorite, my future hockey drill for your daughter.
Okay.
My dad used to coach a youth hockey team. It was in Joliet. Their colors were like yellow and brown. They were like a bear related. I don't remember the exact name, but it was like a knockoff Bruins color situation.
Okay.
So they were at practice. Puck goes in the corner. Everybody goes in the corner after the puck. Everyone, all of them, everybody in the corner.
Okay.
And he blows the whistle and he's like, enough. This is enough. Like, stop. If everybody's in the corner, when the puck gets out, who's going to get the puck? And they were all like,
right.
So
I think my daughter would be good at that because she'll be timid going to the corner and she'll be lingering up at the blue line. Yeah. I guarantee it.
So he instituted the bananas drill because they wore yellow jerseys. So if they all went into the corner, my dad would yell bananas, and they all knew to go where they were supposed to, except for like whatever side of the ice was on. If it was closer to the blue line, the D-man stays at the boards. Everybody goes where they're supposed to. If it was farther deep in the zone, that winger goes over. If it's behind the net, the center goes over. Like they all knew where they were supposed to be. But if he yelled bananas, they knew they were all there and they needed to go back where they belong. And so
it's awesome.
Like I yell bananas at the television when I'm watching hockey, and like they're like on the boards, like everybody's going for the puck. I'm like, bananas. And I mean, it's just. And people who've watched hockey with me are like,
what you should do, what you really should do, you should get one of those like banana plushies and just throw it at your TV.
No, because I really like my TV. Like I don't want to.
Okay, we'll just throw it at like somewhere under the TV where like
direction of it.
Yeah, sir, I have dogs. The banana would die.
Oh, it's done. It's gonna be.
Oh, fine. Then just wave a banana then.
Wave it. We're struggling here. Wave it, banana. All right. You know what? Leave the bananas in the bowl on the counter. All right.
Right. I will just have banana bread while I watch hockey. There we go.
Or you still get your banana plushie. You just hold it tighter and go banana while you're shaking your fist. Your fist.
People have watched hockey with me and been like, "Why is she yelling bananas?"
Okay. Yeah.
This is why, because it's a whole hockey drill. It is ingrained in my brain because I have been yelled bananas at before.
It's it's Banana Lands.
It is Banana Lands. So you can have the bananas drill.
I love that. I love it.
Teach it to your daughter, and then like one day when she's like a super awesome professional female hockey player and we hear like bananas from the bench, we'll be like, that was us.
I'm gonna do a silly post on the Biscuit Theater when I'm out there by myself. It's gonna be a callback to you guys. Banana. I'm gonna look around. Oh, it's just me, guys.
Oh, it's just I'm the only one out here. I've got to go in and fight for the puck.
A callback to 3 weeks ago.
Right.
That's awesome. I love that. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you.
We are guys
very much looking forward to watching everything after it's all completed. And you're definitely, you're welcome back anytime. Anytime you've got an update, You just shoot us the message and we will make time for you on our Sunday
I love that,
evenings.
guys. And I will take you on that, definitely. And I appreciate it. I'm glad we made this work. And this was extremely lovely. And I like talking to you both. It was very easy going. And we got a lot done. And
we did
50 minutes. Yeah. We covered a lot. I'm a ground cover. I can cover it all.
Right? So we look forward to speaking to you again in the future, and definitely everybody go follow the Biscuit Theater because it's great stuff, and it's all hockey.
Came before
you
the
could follow Phil too, but
sometimes they mesh worlds, so you get a little bit of both.
Exactly. So, but I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Best of luck to your daughter on the ice. I hope she has a good first 8U season.
Me too. Yeah. All right.
So,
thank you so much, guys, and you have a good night as well. Okay.
Thanks.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye. That was Phil Eichinger. I'm really excited for this documentary, Zach. I'm sure you could tell because
I can't tell.
Mile a minute, Beth over here. I love hockey. I can't help it. Okay.
Who doesn't love hockey? Who doesn't love it? Well,
I mean, if you're watching the show and you don't love hockey,
or you don't like hockey,
we're happy you're here. We're happy you're here. Please don't leave. We're happy you're here. If you made it 50 minutes and you're watching this show and you don't like hockey, then you are really dedicated to something involving us, and we love you for it.
they're waiting for the PHF Blackhawks stuff.
I mean, I've got the notebook in front of me. It's coming. But before we hit the PHF and Blackhawks stuff, we have to talk about our awesome sponsors.
Yes.
So, as always, we're going to start first with In the Clutch. And they are amazing. They are a fully licensed apparel company. If you go to intheclutch.com, you can search pretty much every sport that exists. They have something. It's officially licensed, so you know it's going to be good. They've got some sweet vintage hockey stuff, which we love because there's Hartford Whalers and Atlanta Thrashers and Cincinnati Mighty Ducks, Chicago Cougars,
Colorado Rockies. Not the baseball team.
Well, I'm sure they probably also have the baseball team.
Oh, yeah.
But they have the Colorado Rockies hockey team stuff too.
Yeah.
So if you head over to intheclutch.com, you're going to hit Whoa Hockey at checkout. You're going to get 10% off of your order. And of course, we've got Level Up Snacks, which I check every week. You still have to shop at shockedhydrate.com. We don't have the leveled up snacks yet. But they've got really great energy stuff. It's not like the jittery, I'm going to scratch my face off. It's nice and smooth. There's no crash. The flavors are spectacular. And if you put in Whoa Hockey again at checkout, another 10% off. And of course, our favorite network sponsor. Let me pull out it is our favorite Canadips. And these are just wonderful little CBD pouches. There's 10 milligrams of CBD in each pouch. You pop it in. You don't need a spitter, which is beautiful. I'm still a couple days out from being able to, again, resume my use of Canadips. But I'm very excited for that day to come.
Yeah, I bet you've been jonesing for some. You're like, I can't do it.
Every day I go to work and I see my mountain of Canadips, and I'm like, I get a little pouty, and
I mean, no one told you to go poke your face holes. So I mean,
but I really love them. So I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And so if you go to canadips.com/bellyup, you're going to get 20% off your order. You can buy individual tins. They have variety packs. They have rolls where it's just several tins of the same flavor. They're all good. I've not encountered a bad Canadips flavor.
No, same here. They even have merch too if you want t-shirts and baseball jerseys and all that good stuff too. So
they also have stickers.
Very nice stickers.
Yeah. So you head over to Canadips, shop for the pouches because they're awesome. They help with legitimately all of the things. Physical health, mental health, relaxation.
Mental health definitely, because
life. They help with life. If you are an adult, which you have to be to purchase Canadips, if you are an adult, these will enhance the quality of your life.
Yeah, joint pains, mental health,
anything that has to do with getting old, it really just makes it all better.
Yeah, just try to help you get through your day.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, didn't sleep well, pop a Canadips. Got some anxiety, pop a Canadips. Feeling a little depressed, pop a Canadips. Ow, my knee hurts. Oh, my back. Papa Canadips. Like
shoulders, knees, and toes.
Papa like head, shoulders, knees, toes. Papa Canadips. Gotta go to Costco. Papa Canadips. I mean,
you know what Canadips. We put that on a t-shirt. Papa Canadip.
Papa Canadip.
Papa Canadip, and there you go. Put that on a t-shirt with a little can on the front.
We got you. Just like the little boop.
Yeah.
Papa Canadips.
Papa Canadips.
So they're awesome. They are our network sponsor. So head on over canadips.com/bellyup for 20% off of your order. And now it is time to consult the notebook.
Okay.
What time did you think it was?
No. One of your dogs is doing something behind you. I'm just like.
Oh, yeah. So the lawn guy was here right before we started recording.
Yeah.
So I didn't give them dinner yet because dinner equals having to go to the bathroom. Gates open, lawn guy, wife, and child are here.
Yeah.
It's really cute. My lawn guy, like his wife does the riding lawnmower and they put like their baby on her knee and they mow my grass. It's really adorable.
That is really cool.
So every time they pull up, I'm like, yay. So they want dinner, which is why they've been like ball squeaking, running around like crazy doggos.
Cleaning themselves too and all that stuff. So
I mean, they're dogs.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? So
my dog's laying on the bed, probably under the blankets because she's a blanket dog.
Yeah. And I mean, it is the 23rd episode of Let's Talk Wo Hockey. And Zach gave me a little bit of leniency here on this one. Because this is a very personal pick for me, and you'll see why in just a moment. Several amazing Blackhawks have worn the number 23. However, only one do I own a customized AHL jersey for. And that is Mr. Jean-Yves Leroux.
Honestly, that jersey it's almost better than the current ones now, and I'm jealous clean. Because that is the most cleanest. I love for me, it's the anchor on the shoulders, and it's the number font. It's the number font. Yeah. And the color, just the color scheme alone, the fact it goes like the blue and like the gold goes well together, and the deformation, the white and the blue again.
These
the number font is just it's so nice. The whole jersey is so clean. Like I'm jealous.
Yeah, like I'm 100% certain that Jean-Yves Leroux does not remember me, but I have very core hockey memories with him playing for the Admirals. I mean, I made my dad like this. This isn't a game worn jersey. I made my dad get this for me for Christmas. It is a customized, authentic jersey. It has a fight strap. And he was just absolutely one of my favorite people to watch play hockey in like my early to mid teens, because he played for the Admirals in 2001, 2002, but he played for the Blackhawks he played one game in 97, 98 and then played for them from 98 to 2001. So Zach was like, he did it backwards. He played, yeah, he played all 5 years for the Blackhawks. I loved watching him play. It never registered in my brain when I was a kid that he played for the Blackhawks and now he plays for us. I just loved watching him play the game. And so I have my jersey. I mean, it still has like my Pink in the Rink, like breast cancer awareness ribbon on it from like 2002.
That's telling you something.
This was my daily, this was my every game jersey.
Okay, because you're very superstitious.
I'm megastitious. We all know this.
Yes, not a little stitious.
No, I'm megastitious. None of the jerseys, with the exception of the Connecticut Whale, obviously, and this Corey Crawford jersey, none of them have ever been worn.
None.
Not.
Oh
wait, the Pub Sub jersey is out. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So my screen is a little bit darker because I'm wearing my glasses today, and the glare was really bad.
Wait, so you're saying the reverse retro, the Ninja Turtle, the black Blackhawk jersey, not at all.
Blackhawks games, I only wear either my red Patrick Kane jersey, that white Corey Crawford jersey, because that's the Winter Classic jersey. I got that for Christmas.
Right.
Right before the game.
I have the Patrick Kane version of that one.
Yeah. Or I wear my black, like OG black Blackhawks jersey, when it's the Chief Blackhawk on the front, but it's the black base with the red and white stripes.
Yeah, the third jersey from the late 2000s.
Yeah, So those are the only 3 Blackhawks jerseys I wear for games.
And the Connecticut Whale one, because
obviously I wear my Allie Monroe jersey. That's why that was not included. I mean, I've worn the hoodie once.
Yeah. But then you got your Jacksonville Iceman jerseys.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them in that closet. I mainly wear my St. Patrick's Day jersey, which has been on the wall before. And I wear my ugly Christmas sweater jersey because it's legit. Also, the name on the back is misspelled because it's the coast, everybody.
Welcome to the coast. We might get your name wrong.
Every year that Abbott Gerdukis has played here.
Oh, gosh. Just that last name alone, you know you're screwed.
At least 2 to 3 of his jerseys have had his name misspelled on them.
I bet he's so used to it, but he's like, I don't care.
But my ugly Christmas sweater jersey, it's Gerd Duckus. So there's 2 D's. And I never noticed it. My friend pointed it out last season. She was like, did you know his name is misspelled? And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And I turned it around. So now, like, every time I see the jersey, I'm like, it's Abbott Gerdukis. Because there's extra D's in there.
Duckist?
But I also, like, joked with our director of merchandise. I was like, do you want the extra D in case there's one missing on one of his jerseys? You could just put this on there. But I wear that one. And then there's like a couple other like Iceman jerseys that I wear religiously. Like my Rugrats jersey, that is also one that I wear very often because it has Reptar on it. But like I'm very particular. I'm very superstitious. A jersey gets like Blackhawks games. If they're at home, I wear an away jersey. If they're away, I wear a home jersey. And if they're wearing alternates, I'll wear my black jersey. It's just my thing. Like, it's just my thing. It's always been my thing. I will trade out occasionally because I have my grandpa's Bobby Hull jersey. So if things are not going well, I break out the luck of grandpa. Yeah. So I have an odd feeling that jersey is going to be seen a lot this season.
You might as well wear for game 1 because it's in Colorado. We know how that's going to go because we know what happened last year.
Yeah. So, but we are embracing the process, Zachary.
My thing is though, my Winter Classic is a little too small for me. Jonathan Taves one is also a little bit too small now. Duncan Keith is no longer with the team, and so is Alex DeBrincat. So I have no really current in my size Blackhawks jerseys to wear.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm feeling.
By the end of the season, you might not have any current Blackhawks jerseys. So anyway, let's move on.
I have a strong feeling that's probably going to be the case.
Yeah. So since we're talking about the Blackhawks, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way, and we'll end with the fun today.
I think it's because there has been some really great signings for the Whale, but we'll save that for last because yay, fun stuff for last. No, okay. Yay, fun stuff for last.
Yes. So Blackhawks news first. Earlier this week, the team doctor announced that Jake Mccabe and Lupin are both out for Mccabe 10 to 12 weeks, Lupin 14 to 18 weeks. So Jake Mccabe had cervical spine surgery.
Yeah. But he's already back on the ice, but non-contact jersey.
It was the same with like Tyler Johnson, Jack Eichel. Yeah, like that's something that needs the full healing time.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying like he is on the ice with the guys again. It's just the don't touch me jersey. Don't touch me. It's the no contact jersey. Like it's like don't even breathe on me.
Hold on, let me make Jared proud. I'll just grab the microphone real quick. Don't touch me.
Welcome to Hockey ASMR.
Welcome to Hockey ASMR. Jared from Mile High Pundit. I hope I made you proud.
Just do a whole podcast just reading off like box scores, just reading like hockey books, but ASMR style.
I'll just pull out like Eddie O's book and read that ASMR style. I'd have to get like a boom mic though, because I couldn't just hold the microphone the whole time.
Yeah, you would have to get like an ASMR setup to do that.
Yeah, and then Lupin had rotator cuff surgery, which oof. But we have some good Blackhawks news because the promo schedule came out.
Yeah,
which means we know what night is host night.
Woo!
And that is November 20th. So we don't have to wait like a whole season for host the night.
Yeah, I think the Blackhawks want to get that out of the way pretty quick because
because they want to hire him. So like maybe they're gonna like hoist the jersey into the rafter or the number into the rafters and be like, and also welcoming to the team your vice president of hockey operations, Marian Hossa. I mean,
yeah, right in the middle of the Blackhawks already being eliminated from the playoffs
in November. I mean,
in November.
Honestly, we're probably like we can probably say we're eliminated from the playoffs like this moment, though. Courtney and I were talking the other day, and we put something into the universe that I'm not going to repeat, because I don't want it to stick.
Oh, you mean where the Blackhawks?
No, sir. It was put into the universe enough. I don't want to repeat it, but essentially it would be the end of us drafting the person that we all want to be able to draft this summer.
Watch the Blackhawks actually just do that. Just to make it worse than it already is. Like, they actually go and do it. And it's like...
If it happens, I want the cup. Like...
Yeah. Don't play that well to get away from Connor Bedard. to get nothing. Oh, they'll finish like middle of the pack. Don't even make the playoffs, but they're not in a lottery situation where it's like a higher percentage. It's like watch them do that. It's like, oh, look, we made it interesting, and we just don't make the playoffs. And you're like, you wasted the rebuild for nothing.
Well, not necessarily, because there are still pieces. Like if we're at the trade deadline, and that's kind of the situation, then we could make things happen to
force a tank. You'll force a tank.
They will be like, Patrick Kane, scratched. Anybody who's been scoring goals, scratched. Call up all the piggies. Call them all up.
Not the piggies. Don't ruin those. Do you want to make Courtney upset by losing all of her best players in Rockford?
Patrick Kane is going to the AHL for a conditioning stint.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine Patrick Kane? Can you imagine Patrick Kane in a Rockford Ice Hockey jersey? Those would sell out so fast.
It would be like Sean Avery all over again. Those jerseys would be gone like in the blink of an eye.
Talk about rare jerseys. Patrick Kane Ice Hockey jersey.
So, but like hockey actually happened this week. Hockey happened today. There was hockey
and Friday too, and on Friday.
But today, good hockey happened. So we're going to talk about the bad hockey first, and then we're going to talk about the good hockey.
Okay.
So Friday is when the Hawks prospect tournament stuff began, and the Hawks lost 5-2.
Oh no! Who could have saw that coming?
But Colton Dock scored the first goal 23 seconds in.
That he did. I miss Curbs, but hey, you know what? At least
I miss Curbs too. But we still have a doc.
So what
we still have a doctor. We have a Dr. Junior.
I was going to say, so the doctor was still,
Yes. However, I was texting with Courtney, and she was like, Doc. And then me being the awful person that I was like, baby Doc, do.
How dare you?
I did it, and it happened. And then what's really nice is the next verse you can go Kirby Doc do. Ella doesn't like it either, if that makes you feel better.
Well, you should have said Colton Doc do.
No, baby Doc, ma'am.
Really
Ella has a lot of opinions about Colton Doc, by the way. I think Colton might be her new favorite Blackhawk. It's fine. But today, the itty bitty baby Blackhawks also played hockey.
Oh, the piggies played.
I mean, essentially, that's who's playing. Let's be honest. The prospects tournament roster is essentially the Rockford Ice Hogs.
Well, I say that because the Rockford Ice Hogs were actually live tweeting the game, so that's why I thought it was maybe them for a hot second.
It's their whole roster right now playing, so of course they're live tweeting the game. I did a count on Friday with Courtney when we were talking about the prospect game. Currently on the NHL app, the Blackhawks have 26 forwards on their roster, 17 defensemen, and 4 goaltenders. We could field an entire team of just defensemen. But the itty bitty new baby Blackhawks won today 5-0.
Who would have thought?
Like, not a tiny win. Like, that's big win. We like big wins.
Has there been an update? Because who got boarded? Was it Reichel?
It wasn't Reichel.
Who was it Friday? Was it Colton? Was it Colton, Doc?
I don't. Oh God, you're making me try to remember things. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. Did you see that one hit today though in the Blackhawks?
I did.
Game? Ooh,
I did, and it hurt my heart.
Yeah, that did not look good.
Like that was, and it wasn't necessarily the hit that was the problem. It was how he hit the ice.
Yeah,
how he hit the ice like
he crumpled.
This.
He crumpled.
But he was like backwards, like his back was falling first.
Yeah, he basically became one of Andy's toys and just fell down.
Yes,
in the
they heard Andy's coming, and he was like, "Okay, night." And
just falls over.
and just fell over. I mean,
yeah,
it was awful. The replay is on the Bird if you would like to see it, but like fair warning, it was not a great hit.
No.
It was not.
It wasn't even. It wasn't dirty. It was just a.
Yeah, it wasn't a dirty hit. It was an unfortunate hit. It's one of those hockey plays that happens, and there's really nothing.
Either one of them. It was a wrong place, wrong time for both guys.
Yeah.
So it was.
But I mean, at least we can end the Blackhawks news with something happy. The Blackhawks won a game today at the Prospect Tournament, 5-0. And it's beautiful.
Maybe the only shutout win of the season, but at least it's a shutout.
You know, we got one this year. We've fulfilled our quota.
It might not count, but
we fulfilled our quota.
All right, so basically, if you're one of the fans, you're gonna hear a lot of just self-deprecating jokes about this. Like, what? Not self-deprecating. What would you call this type of jokes? Just like one of those, like,
This would be Blackhawks deprecating jokes.
Yeah. So it's not deprecating, but it's like one of those, like, was it pessimistic jokes?
This is just how Zach and I cope.
Yeah.
This is just our coping mechanism. Everybody has their thing. Ours are just embracing the suck.
Yeah, it's basically
and making each other laugh about it.
Yeah, basically sarcastic, pessimistic jokes about the Blackhawks because we need something.
I mean, I've been a Blackhawks fan my whole life. I grew up on sarcastic, pessimistic jokes. I mean,
Same.
somebody at Belly Up was like trying to chirp me about the Blackhawks. I was like, "Sir, there's nothing you can say that will hurt me."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves are going to be gone by the end of the season." Okay.
Oh, no.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, like both of my teams, there's good portions of my life where they've both been into some what would you call it? Purgatory or the dark ages of hockey. Like the Hurricanes didn't do nothing for 10 years. Like, I mean, bad hockey for 10 years, and the Blackhawks also had very dark ages hockey from
1961 to 2010. Ring any bells? Like,
or they were somewhat good in the late 80s, early 90s, but like I would say like late 90s to about 2008.
Yeah, but like
that's a solid 10 years of just absolute suck. So
prior to like the good playing times, they made it to the final and got swept by the Penguins.
I mean, yeah, you're talking like Super Mario and Yager and like Ronnie Francis. Like you're talking about the early Pens teams who went back to back.
But like growing up, you couldn't watch a lot of NHL games on TV. And so the only time I got to watch my Blackhawks play that year, really.
Oh, yeah. And it was a sweep in a cup final.
And also, I was convinced it was my fault because I'd hugged the cup.
Yeah, so basically, like, no chirp is really gonna get us because we've made those jokes ourselves.
Like, you can't chirp me with knowledge I already know.
Yeah, like people want to chirp at me about both my teams. I'm like, I've said those jokes about my own teams more than once because I need. It's just one of those things. Like I just need to do it. It's like
it's how we cope.
Yeah, it's like I'm harsher to my own self. There's nothing you can say that's going to upset me.
Oh, very much so. So
you can try, but
now we can talk about the People Having Fun League.
Oh, People have, the people haven't. Yeah, I see what you did there.
I have a whole bracelet that says it.
I see what you did.
Thank you to previous Commissioner Ty for making that happen. So
I see what you did with the PHF. That was.
I loved Ty. She was amazing. Like, I love everything Reagan's doing. Don't get me wrong, but Ty was also an amazing commissioner and did great things for this league. So Montreal has coaches.
Yeah, they do.
They announced their head coach and both of their assistant coaches this week. So they've got Peter Smith, who is going to be the head coach of the team, associate coach Pierre Alain, and assistant coach Katja Clement Hedra. So, I mean, their roster was already like really strong.
Yeah, another coaching staff.
And then they were like, here you go.
Yeah. Here's our coaching staff. Have fun with that. You're like, oh boy.
Cool.
Yeah. And now it's like, here's our practice jerseys too while we're out on the ice. And you're like,
yeah. And just having the best of times.
Those practice jerseys are kind of nice too, though.
Oh, yeah. And they were having so much fun.
Yeah.
They were people having fun.
Yeah, like I said, they're going to be a problem this year. They're going to be a force in this league.
Oh, yeah. They will be a force to be reckoned with. The force will be with them.
I think we're forcing this joke a little too much, don't you?
I think we should stop forcing it and move on.
we gotta force our way into the next segment.
I mean, it's not even the next segment. It's just the next piece of PHF news.
You get my point, but it's just like... Oh,
I do. And we already talked about this next piece of news. We actually talked about it with Phil. The Riveters and American Dream, which is a mall located in, I think, the Meadowlands, New Jersey.
Something like that, yeah.
It's Meadow something. Sorry, Jersey. Like, I live in Florida.
Plus, it's Jersey. Like,
Jersey.
It's Jersey.
It's a 3-year deal. The rink is gorgeous, like absolutely stunning. 3 stories of hockey views, which is just like chef's kiss beauty. Literally 360-degree views on every level.
Yeah, that's for the fact that too. It's like instead of like, oh, we have to go to the mall today. But what about the game? Oh, where are you going to be there? So let's go
to the mall.
So like you go to the mall, then it's like go to the mall at 3, catch a game at 4.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If their entrance song is not Let's Go to the Mall by Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother, I will be the most disappointed human.
You're probably going to be disappointed this year because I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know. It could happen because that would be absolute perfection. Like they come out for warm-ups to Robin Sparkles.
That would be something.
It would be. So it's a 3-year deal. They have their own locker room. They have their own training facility. It's actually where they practiced last year. Because they played at the New Jersey Devils practice facility. I imagine scheduling there was probably a bit of a nightmare.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they are going to have their own locker room. They have their own training facilities there. The ice is apparently immaculate, which is amazing to hear for an ice rink in the middle of a mall in New Jersey.
Tell the Whalers that.
And I did some research just because I was talking to somebody with Beyond Women's Sports. We were talking about this deal, and he was like, it just makes no sense. And obviously, I brought up, like, you don't know your hockey history. This is not the first time that a pro team has played in a mall. Ice rinks and malls are very common in the North. Like, not even just the Northeast, in the North.
The North, yeah, the North in general. And it's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's probably a little bit better than, the Coyotes playing in a college rink. So, I mean, what's the difference?
They can almost seat as many people as the Coyotes. Like, so
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what's the difference really? Besides, you got a mall attached instead of a college campus.
Yeah, and I mean, it fully decked out with seats. It seats 2,000 people, which is like half of what the Coyotes can seat in a college arena. So, I mean,
and that's the National Hockey League.
The league that's worth billions with a big B of dollars.
Yeah, but we're gonna have one of our teams playing a 4,500 seat arena for 3 seasons at least.
Yeah, and
you can't make this up. You cannot make this up.
And I mean, like, summer hockey Twitter has still been on fire because the Boston Pride got their championship rings on Friday.
Oh my gosh.
And oh my word, Twitter was just a twittering. I mean, Katie Franken came out and was like, "Hey, at Soraya Tinker, how does this look?" And it was a picture of her 2 rings. And
that alone was like.
But see, it got better because Soraya responded and was like, "It looks like retirement to me." Because Katie retired. And I was just like, so Soraya just took the mic and was like, boop.
But then there's more.
And then, I mean, the quote tweets that came from the Boston Pride celebration were just like, I mean, Madison Packer dropping a pumpkin eater, and Zach and I were both like, what does this mean?
The piece de resistance was just the fact that I even like tweeted out. It's like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's like
Anya Packer tweeted out because they had like the team photo with everybody's rings, and Jillian Dempsey was holding the cup, and you could see both of her hands, and she was like, Jillian Dempsey out here showing off both hands. She's my second favorite number 14 and my second favorite captain. Because obviously her first favorite number 14 and captain would be the amazing Madison Packer.
Yeah.
But I mean, just all of the quote tweets that came from the Boston Pride celebration, like PHF Twitter is alive again, and it gives me all of the happy feelings on the inside.
Yeah, like we're going to season 8. Boston just went back to back, and they're getting shredded by the league. Like,
yeah, and don't hate it, especially for this next thing that happened, because this person was at the ring presentation ceremony on Friday. However, she is no longer a member of the Boston Pride.
Yeah, the next day.
Because they announced her signing before the ring ceremony.
See, all the days.
The ring ceremony was Friday.
All the days blend together for me.
Yeah, I mean, you're living in a hotel; it makes sense. But friends, podmates, our pal Mal, aka Mallory Soliotis, is a Connecticut whale. And that tweet came out. I sent it to Shaggy. I didn't even send him like the tweet, the Instagram post, nothing. I just sent him a tweet that said, "Our pal Mal is in the pod." And he was like, "No." And I was like, "No, really." Mal is with the whale.
And then I get something from you.
And then I sent the tweet to Zach and just with the side eyes emoji, because we can use that when it doesn't refer to the Blackhawks, because then it's not bad news.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Zach and I heard each other like screaming excitement in South Carolina and Florida.
Yeah.
Because I saw that there was a tweet from the Connecticut whale, and I was like, ooh. Because I always get excited. I have their notifications turned on for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all, I mean, I am a loyal, dedicated member of the pod.
Yeah.
And
I have it for them, CMU. Yeah. So, yeah, I get it.
I mean, I have my notifications turned on for every PHF team for the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously for like Belly Up.
Yeah. But mainly for the.
Yeah, and of course also here in Puckburg, because I am a proud resident of Puckburg as well, as are you. So I need to know when new people move into Puckburg. I have to know.
Yeah,
I can't not know. I need to know who my neighbors are.
So they can make up some cookies, bring it over, maybe some
make a casserole, because unpacking, you don't really ever have time to make dinner. So I'm gonna bring you a casserole.
Yeah, and a pitcher of margaritas, because why not?
Exactly, because duh.
Who doesn't like margaritas?
People who don't like tequila.
I mean, that must be a bad existence.
But our pal Mal.
Oh, You wanted to, like, this is like taking someone from the Bruins and put them on like the Whalers at the time. Like, for the fact that you're like, you took one of the best players on that team and you put them on a wagon that was the Whale. Yeah. The Whale have lost a couple players this year, but I still think they probably have one of the best rosters in the league right now.
I mean, we have Kennedy have a season marksman.
But biases aside, we have to both agree, like the Whale still have a pretty legit roster.
The thing about the Whale roster is it's deep.
Yeah, it's like they've lost a couple big pieces, but it's like the ones they've brought back.
Yeah,
even before this deal was already huge, and now
it was already our team already looked amazing, and then they were like, "But wait, hold on, friends, there's more." Welcome, Mallory Soliotis, and we were all just like,
"No, you just made the wagon." You just like made the wagon souped up. Like it's gonna be like
our wagon has nitrous installed on it now. Like
this is like your team, the team who won the quote. We gotta figure out what a President's Trophy would be for the PHF, because all we have is the Izzy. Like we need like a President's Trophy. Yeah. We need a President's Trophy.
We need that's gonna come. I mean, obviously there are like individual awards at the end of the season. None of them really have names yet. But I feel like that all comes with time, because like a lot of the awards in the NHL are named after players, like the Rocket Richard and all of them are named after players. So we have to have like players retire. Okay. And I'm sure there'll be like an Ali Thunstrom and a Jillian Dempsey, and many years from now, a Kennedy Marchment for like the best offensive defenseman.
No, just defense person. The Ali Thunstrom like scoring award. All right, fine. Here, the Anya Packer President's Trophy.
Yes,
it should go to so the Whale won it last year. Now they're probably going to win it this year because they just got even more stacked with Mal now being part of the team. So this year's version of the Anya Packer President's Trophy.
PHF, call us. We have ideas.
Well, we have name. We already know. We know a lot of the alumni already. We can make some good some trophy names, but I think
we have ideas.
Anya Packer should be the President's Trophy though.
Here, since we're giving them all these names, PHF. This is where you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Talkwell Hockey Pod. You can find us on YouTube, where you should subscribe and hit the bell, and hit like the videos and leave us comments, because we love when you leave us comments, because we like to comment back. Or you can like email us at letstalkwellhockey@gmail.com. Like you should be following the Twitter and the Instagram. You should be subscribed to the YouTube. If you have questions, comments, or concerns and you're not the PHF, you can still email us. Like, obviously, but like PHF, like slide into the DMs, slide into the email. We need to talk. We have ideas.
I mean, if you want to hire us for your marketing team for the league, we wouldn't be upset about it.
If you want us to be the league podcast, also wouldn't be upset about it.
Ambassadors.
Yeah. I mean, we could, we talk about all the teams, obviously, because we love WoHo.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could make it like less biased, because obviously we love our Whale.
Yeah. If we became the league podcast, we would have to lessen
we would equally cover all teams. I would always wear short sleeve shirts that cover my arm, and we would discuss every team with equal fervor, with no bias.
And tweet about every team a little bit more than just we do tweet about all the teams, but the mega uber excitement tweets are usually for the Whale. But
and those ones are always very punny. So
because
you have a whale of a time. So
we don't want to be time killers. It's just
we're not basic, so we don't want to kill anybody's time.
I mean, the only thing we're basic about is our coffee.
See, but I'm really not basic about that. All of my coffee is usually a little fancy.
That's also because I go for like more of like the pumpkin coffees or the coconut mocha cold brews, which are pretty good though.
Yeah.
So they're not very basic. They're very
My current go-tos are, most days I have an iced coffee with my Vital Proteins collagen in it, 3 scoops of Splenda,
oat milk,
and my oat milk French vanilla creamer. And then I don't like creamer goes in last because it settles. And I don't stir with the straw. I do the like swirly hand situation.
Yeah. And see what I used to do. I used to do creamer first and put the coffee over because it kind of like whooshes it all by itself. But I get what you're saying.
I mean, that's what I do with like the protein, like the collagen in the Splenda. I put that in the cup first. But we are absolutely running out of time, so we can stop talking about our coffee orders. But also, if you want to like send us Starbucks cards, like that, the email, send them there.
Or Dunkin' Donuts too, whichever.
I mean, yeah,
one or the other. So, yeah, it's coffee. Who cares?
Zachariah.
Yes.
Where can the humans find you on the internet?
I mean, if you want to come talk to me about hockey, I'm at One True Zach. That's Oni True Zach, not like number one. It's kind of like the Oneaters, but not really. But you can find me on there. Beth, where can people find you on the socials?
See, this is again where we always confuse the people. You can find me at Wonder Beffers. It's the word wonder, like wonderful, not the number one.
Oh, like I wonder what happened to the Oneaters?
Exactly. And we will always do that joke, and I hope that you all love us for it.
23 episodes in, and we've never not done that joke because it's just...
We have not.
You have to watch the movie. If you haven't yet, do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up.
Where have you been? Like, seriously, where have you been? So, I have been Beth. We had our amazing guest Phil on. He was fantastic. I can't wait to talk with him more as this process develops. This has been the Jean-Yves Leroux episode of Let's Talk About Hockey. That is Zach. Kelly's probably on the chair behind him somewhere. I saw an ear at one point.
Oh, no, she's all the way over there. She's in the back.
Oh, okay. She left. I mean, Ella's right here. She looks like she's died.
Kelly she hasn't been here at all. She's been in the bedroom the whole time.
I saw her ear at one point. She was here momentarily. Yeah.
Oh.
So you'll have to watch it back. So this has been the 23rd episode of Let's Talk About Hockey, Season 2, Episode 3. We will see you all next week where we have a super amazing guest and you don't want to miss it. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this Belly Up Media production. Some said we'd go belly up. So we made it our name. And we're still here. Ha!